because of who you are, just for who you are, God. We glorify you and we magnify you. And we bless you and honor you, Lord. For you are worthy of glory. And you're worthy of honor. And you're worthy of praise. All of your ways, Father. Good, great, and greatly to be praised. Yes, God. Y'all know, so just say, you are here. Because of who you are, I give you praise. Because of who you are, I will lift my voice and say, Lord, I worship you. Lord, I worship you. You are, I give you. Because of who you are, because of who you are, I give you. Because of who you are, I will lift my voice and say, Lord, I worship you. Because of who you are, Lord, I worship you. Because of who you are, Jehovah Jireh, Jehovah Jireh, my provider, my provider, Jehovah Nissi. Reign, you reign. My Prince of Peace, my Prince of Peace, and I worship you because of who you are. I give you all because of who you are. I give you praise because of who you are. Because of who you are, I will lift my voice and say, Lord, I worship you. Lord, we worship you. Lord, I worship you because of who you are. Jehovah Jireh. Jehovah Jireh. Jehovah Nissi. You reign, you reign. Jehovah Shalom, Shalom. My Prince of Peace, and I adore you, God. For being our peace, we adore you. You are our shalom, shalom, our perfect peace. You are peace. You are our Jireh. You are Elohim. You are Yahweh. You are Adonai. We don't worship you for what you've given us, God. But we worship you for who you are. Who you are. You are the epitome of holiness. Our righteousness. You are faithfulness. You love. We love. You love. You are joy. Our all in all. You are Father. For everything we love you. More than we could ever ask you for. That's who you are. There'll never be a friend like you. There'll be a father that comes close to you. There'll never be a husband that does what you do. Not a mother, not a father. Sweet, not compared to you. Not compared to you. How is us? Oh, how we love Jesus. Oh, how we love you, Jesus. We love you, 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 Jesus. We love you, we love you. Yes, we love you, we love you. We love you, we love you, we love you. Jesus, yes, we love, adore you, adore you, adore you. We adore you, adore you, adore you. How we adore you, adore you, adore you. 'Cause you're faithful, so faithful, so faithful. You're so faithful, so faithful, so faithful. You're so faithful, so faithful. Jesus, yes, we love you, we love you, we love you. ourselves and sing, we love you, 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 King Jesus. We love you, we love you, adore you, adore you, adore you, adore you. You're faithful, so faithful, so faithful, so faithful. you for the sweetness of your presence. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. We don't have to visit. This is our home in your presence. Make it all in us. We appreciate it. Father, we thank you that because we took the time, made the time, to put you first, the foundation, Father, you have set an atmosphere that's conducive to do whatever you want to do. So Father, we bless you. We don't have to ask you to bless the fellowship. We don't have to ask you to bless the world of God. What we ask you is to continue to have your way. We look forward to it. And we appreciate you. In Jesus' name. Thank you. Listen good. Coffee. Yeah. It's not like fresh one. You get the cheap.
nights. Good. Oh my goodness. I've been waking up with the pillow been wet every day. Oh, yes. Because that's the good sleep. You know, I haven't had to take no Advil PM to go to sleep, no nothing. When I go to bed, I'm going to bed. And maybe 5 minutes later after I get in the house,
sleep good. I sleep good.
Find that position.
I respect you with time go to sleep. I won't sleep. It was time to go right here. No problem.
6:30.
Be ready whenever you are.
Oh,
Wait.
what call did I miss? It's good. It's good. I didn't even hear the phone. That's what even made it better for me. I know I can see. And the phone is right here by my ear. Usually I hear it. I didn't even hear the phone. Especially because there's nothing that I want to hear.
Don't call me at a day of the month. You'll be dead at 10 o'clock. That's what you're doing. Yes, Lord, we'll play that. Because I don't even know if they can still do that. He put a block. Yeah, right. Right. See all that? Say, hey. My daddy was like, you don't get calls after 9 o'clock. They're like, I'm an adult. We don't get it. And he has now some type of block after 9 o'clock. Unless it's certain people, because I guess you can put in there some people's numbers that you're allowed to. Right. That's 9 and right. Brothers. And his wife, just in case she's out, try it. You're going to get the voicemail. And it's like, hey, I didn't know they did that. Yes, they do. Now, actually, it's 8:30 now. It went up. Try calling my father's house.
Can you call before what time? What time is the best time to call you?
Me? After 10. After 10. Fine. My mood ain't right. And they don't tell them what might happen. So it's just like, it don't work out really. You'd be surprised. I get clients that text me at 2 in the morning. Can I get in? Are you kidding? So I just learned, do not respond until after 2 o'clock, because it doesn't work out here. You ready? I'm ready.
So, ladies, I is what God gave me to work with on this earth. Okay. To speak encouragement, to speak peace, to share my knowledge and wisdom for some years of my years of experience, and to learn how to shut my mouth too. Because all y'all know, but mom just bursts out whenever she comes from her mind. It just so I sat down for a while and I thought about it. I wrote it out, and that's what I was saying. That I had to learn how to shut my mouth, and because sometimes my mouth can get me into some trouble, and sometimes it can hurt someone's feelings. A lot of the times, I have experienced not being understood. Sometimes my tone of voice sounds so strong and stern that I have been misunderstood. Sometimes when subjects come up, my tone of voice can be very powerful. A matter of fact, my tongue is connected right inside of my mouth. So I'm really working on what rolls off that tongue of mine. I'm one of those persons that sometimes speak, don't ask. When people don't ask my opinion, and I think it can be great at times and also very damaging too. I really worked on that. I'm really working on that. And I can say it's that I have better control over what's coming out of my mouth. Oh, let's see, and really off what's coming and really off of my tongue. Then my mouth. Okay, but please believe me, my intentions is to help, especially on especially on sensitive subjects. It just comes to my mind. It just came to my mind. Head is controlled by my tongue. What comes to my mind rolls off my tongue, straight out my mouth. I'm always in the presence of others when other. I'm always in the presence of others. Mostly, I'm. Wait a minute. What is that here? In the presence of women, mostly, and I've heard some very in the presence of women, and I've heard some sad, strong, sensitive, hurting, confused, scared, and unsure topics standing behind my styling chair. I always have an opinion and I always have an opinion and a story of myself that I can share with that person. Give advice on how I handle my constantly going as a mother. My kids have said some of the most dumb and stupid things that they thought came and oh Jesus. Let me just say it around it. As a mother, my sometimes your kids they say things, they grown and you think that they have thought it all out. But my mind is always going so fast because you want to try to make sure that they're doing the right thing. And so I'm always speaking out and listening, but I'm speaking out what I think what you should do. How you should. And like I say, sometimes my mouth can get me in trouble, because sometimes I just blurt out all the time. But what I think God has brought me here for is that, like I said, I've heard some very, very sad stories. I have heard some joyful stories and things, and I have had a lot of life experiences. So I've been sharing how I feel ever since I was this little. My mouth has been going so much with the family. They would even sing the song to me. You talk too much, you worry me to tell you. You just talk too much. So I believe I've been using my mouth and tongue and mind to share experiences that I have had on this earth with that I believe that God has blessed me with. So I hope you always understand what I'm saying. And I was thinking about last Sunday when we were here, and Wendy was asking different questions about it. And I said, when I came to it, I told Wendy too. I said, what? I believe this is my mouth that God gave me. Then I thought about it. I said, well, heck, your head is connected there, and then the tongue is right there too. So I said, so it's a lot going on in my head all the time. So that's what I would do.
Yeah. Any questions?
It's a relief when it's over.
Yes. But not only that, I'm hot.
No questions? No comments?
I was just gonna say it was good that she saw the connection between the mouth, tongue, and mind. I think when most people think about mouth, we know we had a tongue, but it was good as you pointed out. That tongue and mind, I thought that was good.
I was thinking when you said that you hear a lot of stories with your customers, your clients that you have, and do you see, like ministry-wise, where that could kind of take you? Because that sort of kind of is a ministry. It could be your ministry, you know, helping women that are hurting and sharing your experiences, things like that.
That crossed my mind a few times, not just because this was a topic for us to do, but once I started writing it out, I realized that it has crossed my mind. And I haven't really lingered on it a long time, but I'm encouraging it all the time, you know, especially like I said, when I see people down or if I see you about to make a big mistake, I'll try to give you another way of looking at things. Yeah, but I have thought about that.
I was thinking the same thing. And I like how Wendy's with people all the time. But I like the way, I don't want to say organized, I like their business. And there's so many ways that you can minister to people, and they don't even know they're being ministered sometimes. And I like that it's smooth. I like the company like in the banco per se. It's smooth with us, like they don't even know they're being ministered. If they hard, I don't say if they hard is right, but if they hard is received it, it's gonna touch them somehow, some way.
I have had several clients call me and tell me that I have been a big inspiration in their life and that I've changed a lot of things for them, and I didn't realize that, you know. So I have this one client that's really, you know, and I'm like, man, she just was sending me all of these gifts and stuff. I'm like, God, don't spend another dime on me, don't send me nothing else, you know. I just appreciate it. I didn't know this and I didn't know that, and I had an older sister and she never told me, and blah 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 blah, you know. Okay.
Something this week that it was on point, but it was something that I needed, that I realized that I needed. You know, but yeah.
I was hoping that I did the right thing.
Yeah. It was real good. I was like, whoa.
Bad days and inspiration helps a whole lot, because when I send them y'all, I be talking to me.
Me too.
Let me say this real quick. Y'all newbies, y'all been hitting the ball like the park. Yeah, so proud of y'all. Y'all done so well. So proud, right? So proud.
And first thing in the morning. First thing in the already? I do it during my devotion time. Because like somebody in this room, when I asked, well, how are we supposed to do it? She got on yellow. I said, well, how are we supposed to do it? She was like, what? Yeah, you don't remember you telling me ago. And I said, well, you do these expressions, what are you supposed to do? He said, well, the Lord needs to speak to you. It comes from here. And I'm like, okay, that didn't help me.
I should have said, ask the Lord.
Yeah, and that's what you told me. You told me to ask the Lord. You told me you were standing right here, and I was looking up at you. Didn't give me nothing.
Well, let me tell you what Wendy did. I said, well, Wendy, I don't have any spiritual inspiration. Where did I get that from? She never even responded.
Oh,
so I already, she responded. So I said, oh, she said, you handle it. You real, you know, stuff. I said, well, I'm just gonna go with what, you know, works.
You can tell Wendy has taught us well. The Lord. Because we used to ask her the same question. You gave me the right answer. Ask the Lord. Ask the Lord. I'm like, did she have a big story? And it was so funny. I didn't hear nothing, and then all I kept hearing was just God's promises, and that's what I focused on all week, was just God's promises, and that was speaking to me.
They was one.
Very appreciative of my sisters.
Y'all, you can't go wrong going to the Lord. Excellent, guys. Excellent. I emailed you your notes. You did very well. Especially for your Evernote. Huh? You use the Evernote? I can't do that.
Me either.
You can't do what? No, download the app.
You should be able to come to your email.
Yeah.
You should go on the internet and do Everbright.
Evernote, you don't know.
I was trying to.
I'll screenshot yours and send it to you. Okay.
Screenshot ours and send it.
Okay, because I just emailed yours. Screenshot. Part 3, that was part 2 of your presentation assignments. Part 3, y'all got 5 more weeks to do it. Let me set this on my calendar. For part, and everything that was in your notes that I sent you. Wait a minute, you ain't got no comment? Huh? My comment is in your thing. You did a great job. Okay, thank you.
And then I have to say, well, if Wendy has time to do all of this and she runs a full-time business and stuff, I'm retired. I guess I have to make time. You had the audacity. I feel bad for us. Well, Chris had the audacity on the way home. Yeah, we got a lot of homework. I just looked at him. I said, oh, you ain't got much as this. We got a lot of homework.
Okay, so this is that would be August.
Oh, good.
That's your part 3 is due that day. And so part 3, basically answer the questions. Joy, you didn't get off the hook either because remember you were supposed to do yours.
Oh, you're supposed to do yours over.
I got it. You ready to do that? Yeah. And but part 3 is due on the 21st. And whatever was assigned to you from your notes, that's your part 3 presentation.
The heart. You're talking about the heart, right?
Mm-hmm.
Whatever was assigned
From the notes. I sent some questions. You didn't get them because I didn't do yours. I did it, but I didn't do it based on that.
I thought I was crazy when what is this?
So, yeah. So whatever's in your notes that were sent to you, those are the questions that need to be answered in your next presentation. So formulate the presentation based off of what the answer to those questions. Okay.
Okay, so you send us individual notes.
Yep.
I need to. Oh,
I tried to unlock do that. You belong to them. I know they want. They say we'll unsubscribe you from the emails, but you'll still receive important updates on certain things. I'm like, well, how do I unsubscribe from that? You belong to.
You got too many apps on your phone.
Yeah. Last phone, then put too many apps on it. It messes with my email and all that stuff.
Mine too.
I was like, I'm not gonna put too many apps on my phone because
Yeah, you got a new phone.
I'm still being careful.
New phone.
But you know, for mine, I
but see, I prepaid. I don't have a contract, so I have to be.
Because I never downloaded the Evernote, but I just get the email. So.
It should just come up in the email. You shouldn't have to click on anything else.
That's what mine does come up in my
email. Right. So that's why download that. Maybe it's a suggestion, but it should come as like a regular email. Alana, I'm texting yours. And then
Use for me.
Netsky, the only one I have. Okay, go ahead. Joanne.
Well, I must say, I have struggled with homework before, but this nothing, nothing was coming. Nobody was talking. Ain't nobody home. They were on vacation. But I will say when I came from, I don't know what y'all did. But obviously, I got something because the father started talking to me, and I have no idea what he wrote because this is him. Right? I need help with this. I need you to really help me do this. I need to do my homework. And I sat there and quiet for a while, and then I started writing. So what it is that he said, I don't remember. I just know after I finished, I just closed the book and said, okay, thank you. And said my prayers and went to sleep. You do my homework for me. You know, and it's equate a body part with a spiritual part. And I stated in my first try, I thought it was my legs. And then I went to my lower back. But after more revelation from the Father, I went to my legs. Legs represent strength. And your legs need strength. I believe God has shown me I have strength, or that I am strength, and I'm strong. I have a tendency to be not be moved in times of trouble, and I found that a lot of my friends will come to me when things start going crazy, not because they want me to do anything necessarily, but just because I'm like, on when you can stand in front of me and I block the wind, you won't get hurt. And I've begun to understand that there are people in my life who depend on that strength step. So, and a Bible verse he gave me, giving me verses too, Isaiah 41:10, and it says, "Fear thou not, for I am with thee. Be not dismayed, thy God in thee. Yea, I will help thee. Yea, I will uphold thee with the right hand of my righteousness." Like, okay, I understand that. But I'm beginning to see that sometimes that's what I am for other people. People, I have some people specifically that lean on me, and sometimes it's a lie, but it's okay. There was a time when I was always the I say the strength in the group. Be right there. Won't be no problem. I kind of got away from that because I had begun to feel like, who's going to be here for? I think I got wore down, in being strong for everybody else. I began to feel like, who's going to be strong for me? Forgetting my strength is my Father. But that's because I didn't know any better. I knew somebody had to be recognized. What are my weaknesses in the gifting? Aspects of my gifting needs strengthening. Well, my knees are my weakness, and that's I had knee replacement for both knees. So I need to be careful sometimes. I have issues with kneeling for long periods of time without a lot of padding. So that weaknesses laid that into my prayer life because that's where I notice my weakness is. That's my weak spot in my prayer life because I can't always need sounds. But sometimes I feel I need to be on my knees when I talk to the Father. Even though I know He understands that I can't always kneel, but I'll get my pillow off the couch and, be on the floor with the pillow and stuff. But sometimes I feel like it weakens my prayers if I'm not on my knees or on my face. I just feel like I that's what I need to be. Just sitting in the chair. I just need to be on. I realize that's the enemy coming in, telling me, he don't hear you. You ain't on your knees, he don't hear you. He ain't paying you no attention. You ain't on your face, he ain't paying you attention. So I have unwittingly given the enemy into my prayer life. And that's where I need to watchful of that attack. Because God just wants me to pray and communicate with Him. I will my prayer life, and God will do the rest. He'll do the rest. I don't. He just wants me to come to Him and give it to Him. I don't have strong before. That's the one place where I don't have to be. I'm okay. I got this. Don't worry about it. Here I come to save the day. I don't have to be there. I don't have to be my mouse. I don't. I can not be on my knees. My knees can be weak. All of that. And I can stand firm for someone else when I allow Him to be the strength for me. Feeds me, and then I can branch out and feed other people. I can stand strong. My knees won't be weak. I don't have to worry about my knee replacements, because God strengthens me. He says my knees are okay and no pain, because I know so many other people who had knee replacements that have had problems. They had to go back to the doctor and have them redone. Just so many. I had none of that. All of the things that people told me I was going to have when I had knee replacement surgery, I had none of it. None of it. And did nobody do that but nobody else could do that but Him. For this one, He gave me Isaiah 40:31. And it says, but they that wait upon the Lord shall renew strength. They shall mount up with eagles. They shall run and not be weary. And they shall walk and not faint. So God is my strength all the time. And if I just lean on him, no matter whether I'm on my knees or he will give me the strength to do everything else that I need to do so that I can be strong for all of you guys. And because I will take a bullet, I will bite a brick about each and every one of them. Okay, I just want you to know that. Somebody be messing with you, I will bite a brick. No. You can't talk about my friends like that. No. And then it's of spiritual weaknesses and where they are. I changed some things around in my home, and it's made a difference already. I must continue and strengthen my legs. Prayer life must remain a priority and not a second thought. What? If I finish talking after that.
Pretty good. All right.
Ooh,
Anybody?
I'm so glad that is over.
This always has.
I don't have to redo it again.
Any questions?
I have a question. You didn't mention about how the legs. You didn't mention about how the legs move the body.
Other things. Yeah.
How move the body. The body of Christ.
Basically saying what you have mobilizes the kingdom. So I'm putting that yours.
That was the question. I didn't understand what I wrote down. There was another question. Sorry, I didn't understand what I wrote.
Keep saying to be doing. Do you feel comfortable leaning on?
No.
Let go.
No. I'm not gonna lie, I don't.
I used to be that way too. I didn't mind somebody asking me for something, and I'll do whatever you ask me for. But I have a problem with sharing my weaknesses with anyone else. You know, I just don't feel I didn't.
I haven't been able to. You know, it's been.
You haven't allowed.
I know it's been proven to me time and time again that I haven't been able to. So I've always been the grown up in the whatever situation.
So your perspective, you off.
Yeah.
Because in times past, the inability to have people to lean on was purposed so that you would learn to lean on God. Because your personality is such that you love hard. And so if you would have found comfort to lean on, you would have never turned to God. So he allowed it to be such that when you tried to lean on people, that it didn't work out. And so instead of seeing it now in the present as truth, you see it as fact. So now it's time to adopt a new way of seeing things. That was purpose. But moving forward, now that you are learning how to lean and depend on God, you can get the balance and learn how to lean and depend on God and allow God to use people to show you how to be secure naturally, spiritually, and otherwise. Because you will never have the fullness of the life that God has with God to use people to bless you. And part of that utilizing people is allowing people to be safe to you. And people are not safe to you. That's do things to isolate yourself on purpose, because like if I can keep out safe, that I'm safe for them, but I want it also to be known that they're not safe for me. And you can't have it both ways.
And something you said at the, I can't remember if it was you or Elaine said it, at the and it struck me about allowing okay.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm. No.
As you said, need to hush.
So you're being hushed
Mm-hmm.
in a healthy way.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. No shut. Okay. Cool. I can take it.
I'm learning that sometimes when God talks to you, it's just for you,
Oh, absolutely.
not for public consumption or even just one more friend, consumption. It's just for you. So I'm learning that when He tells me no, be quiet.
And receive. I mean, because it is what it is. The choice is
Be obedient.
I got you. I understand completely. But again, the choice is yours. You get it now. Enough to know that moving forward, if you choose to do the same thing, you know what you're choosing. You're choosing a life of isolation, which means in choosing a life of isolation, you're choosing to cheat it out of life. But it's on you to choose. It's your choice to choose. Man. Anybody else have any comments or questions? You'll get it twice because I added some other stuff. Very good, Joanne.
Oh, you had a flash too.
Personal.
Yeah, I thought next time.
So everybody is cool with their assignments and regular assignments. Next week. Also, next week is our off week, so you get a break. I purposely teach you something.
Yeah.
I sneaked it up on y'all. See, I appreciate it.
Hey, Callie, I was just waiting for the
I had off weeks because
It's so bad because Elaine every week, Elaine asks you the same thing. See y'all off next week. You don't even care. She was like, I never want to you that again. I said, every week you ask me, I'm off next week. Why? But anyway,
okay.
so yeah, we're off next week, and then we resume the first of the month. And so, but you all really should be cool because Dan was super duper easy compared to June. So you know, I mean, it's kind of smooth sailing from here. The next big one we do is the why did I say? I don't say because this is a couple pretty big. But this one, the Italian is pretty much a breeze. The next couple ones are really, really easy. So you all should really appreciate the next 2 weeks. Having said that, what did we get in our study of the tribe of Dan? It was pretty nice question. Absolutely.
Why did you not told you was gonna go on the road per se?
Oh, you want next?
That's
Who's
the
next?
Judah.
He's a big son.
Well, you know what I did. This is what I found out because I had the same question. Even was reading. If you read more, it does say that Dan is the fifth son.
Right.
But if you look at Genesis and Numbers when they're naming them up, because I was looking, and then I finally found it that he was the fifth son.
Right.
And the other thing I found when I was looking at it is that all Revelation. Oh, okay.
That was the big question.
Wait, what? I'm like, where's Ben? Okay, yeah, but you know what? That I did the same thing, and I started digging.
You say on the order, I'm like, you say on the order.
I started digging and I felt like I shouldn't read it anymore because it just got to be a bit much.
But the interesting thing that I the reason order is because as we're going, it's easier to memorize the tribe in order when we go in order, you know, versus skipping around and going according, because he didn't necessarily talk to them in order.
Oh,
The prophecy
okay.
is not him giving first and third, you know. He
So
doesn't
just because they're listed that way in Genesis
Because
and
they're all, remember,
Numbers,
that was the
they
first
were
week.
all over.
They're all
Right.
in different orders because some of them, when we did the overview, we talked about it. Like in Genesis 29 and 30,
Right.
they're listed in one order. In Numbers 1, it's missing and some from the Manasseh are added there. They're not in the original 29 and 30. Then in Revelation 7, you know, Joseph is added there where Joseph is not in another one. So
Right.
it's different ones because remember it's 14 tribes actually,
Right.
and not 12. So, and I think it's 13 different
Rotations or whatever.
different orders.
Orders. Okay.
So instead of going with any particular order, we just going first
Okay.
son, second son, third son. And so he's the fifth son, but the first illegitimate son.
Right.
You get in your show in that. We always start with you. It's not sincere. I'm like, don't do that. Like, I called your man name. Joanne. Change your office next time. I'm going over there. You get Joanne.
These people, they were a mess. They were a mess. And it made it, in reading, it just made me think, were any of these tribes, did any of them have any sense? They all fool. But in the same respect, it just makes you feel, Lord, God can take, he can work with anything and straighten you out and still work with you and still, you know, you can come out right because these people had lost their minds. They lost their mind. I sent you the text that I just thought, I had stopped reading about them for a while because they were just into everything. But I was surprised in my study that Samson was a Zerahite. Samson of Samson and Delilah fame. He was from the tribe of Dan. Oh my goodness. Okay. And okay, why was the tribe of Dan, which I never did find out, they were to receive their inheritance?
Unless somebody else answers.
That was because why? Because there had to be a reason. Because in studying them, there's always been an order as to why happened and why they were given in
had no specific leaders. So their leaders were judges, called judge, which is
Who
what
had no leaders?
Huh?
Who had no leaders?
the tribe of Dan didn't have a specific one person that they looked to.
Yes.
They did. And the only one that I saw and read was when it came to Deborah, because she was a judge and she was from the tribe of Dan. The other leaders, they don't always specific. It would be one or two or three. Yeah, but nobody specific. Nobody like Joshua or Moses or Isaac, like that. It was whoever showed up first. Okay, you judge today. They seem to be all willy-nilly, all over. Now the tribe of Dan also, they loyal to the kingdom of Saul when everything started going a little crazy. They stayed the kingdom of Saul. But when David took the power, that's when the tribe and they split from the house of David, and Dan went with them. Now, there was also the Assyrians, and they were exiled. Ethiopian Jews claim descent from the tribe of Dan. Black power. I have a question about is the tribe. This particular son was from Jacob and the maidservant. Rachel, maidservant, not directly a direct in the legal bloodline. No, it's not that it's legal, but she's a maidservant. Kind of like Abraham and Sarah.
Kind of like, just like.
Huh?
Just like.
Okay. Yeah. Seems that they just went all over the place and stuff.
Okay.
I think I need to be quiet now.
Marlon?
You know everything. His name means vindicated. And it did say that I think you mentioned this about him being a judge, or you said that right. They were the second largest tribe after Judah. And did you mention they were into idolatry? They were into like a lot of crazy stuff. So yeah, they were into idolatry a lot, and that was in, I think I read that somewhere in Judges 18 or something like that. Now one thing that I didn't understand, but I put it here, that for some reason they didn't move into the land that was assigned to them. And so it went on and on. But I didn't really understand it, so I stopped reading it. And that's about it. Other than what Joanne said.
So why did you stop when you didn't understand?
Because when I started going off in another direction, yeah. And I actually forgot to come back to that part. And then I started working on my other part of my homework that I thought was due today.
Yeah, I can get to y'all.
Hold on, Ephraim tribe. Now,
Ephraim.
am I saying it right?
We ain't there yet.
Yeah.
I have to, because that's where Dad come in at. See,
Come up
Joseph,
with any information about Ephraim then.
I'm only gonna say this: the king, Joseph, like we supposed to be in the up and coming. So after David died, Simon then Rehoboam, they like, well, he talking crazy because he gonna work us harder, and this other guy from the tribe of Ephraim gonna tell the tribe of Dan, y'all gonna be our place to worship, because I don't want them folks going to Jerusalem because they gonna rebel against me and they gonna start worshiping at Jerusalem where they supposed to be. So then he builds these calves. And it boggles my mind as he says the exact same phrase that they said at the Mount Sinai, which, Sinai, right? Well, these are the. This is what got you out of Egypt. The exact same phrase. So, what is the catfish for Egypt? Because I know it represents something. But it really bothered me. I was like, you these people fall just for your name's sake, just for your to protect his stuff. I don't even think he really believed it. He just was trying to protect his own, and he led the tribe of Dan because he said them the place allowed them to become the center of idolatry instead of what he called it, the center of worship. So that made me really start thinking about, okay, how can you look at this as far as people are we gonna start allowing, or do we allow other people to know our lives in such a way or speak over our lives in such a way that it pulls us into a direction that's out of the will of God? And I'm like, because Dan didn't have no part of that, until he designated that, it wasn't mentioned before that I saw the center for the 10 tribes to worship until this guy came. So I was like, that just made me, and then they just went on along with it. Ain't nobody spoke up. How crazy they went on Judah, and Judah got bigger, but I was just, the snakes, it was a lot. I was just still kind of stuck on that dynasty and his kingdom he wanted to maintain, and he let people fall. So I just stopped there because I was just like, my mind blowing thing. But then, like they said, it's the first illegitimate. Oh, again, it's the cowardliness, the lack of faith that they had. Because not that but I think the people had metal. The ones I should write my study Bible. That thing too heavy though. But I think the metal chariots. Other places have metal chariots, and that's why they ain't go get their land. But I don't think that's Dan. Dan, it was like they tried to get it, but the people were for intense warfare. And it was like, hey, look, this is easy over here. I think it was the metal chairs. Because it was like, this is easy over here. We get this. And they just settled. And again, that was a life lesson. I'm like, how many times we settle in life because of what we want is so difficult. And then we like, well, shoot, this is easy. Let me just do this. And just, so I was kind of those things.
They seem to be easily led to
Right.
wherever they were, whatever and they picked it right up. Let's put it like, to me, they just threw the Ten Commandments out the window.
Oh, sure.
Because they worship wherever they were, they just assimilated right into them, and okay, this is good.
So in the prophecy, it speaks to all of that. I mean, at the end of the prophecy, he prays for his salvation. That says it all right there. That's the last thing he said in his prophecy.
But because the other thing I wanted to ask, because I'm looking at you because I just remembered something when I was reading. I was looking for like the blessing, like Moses' blessing. Did he not give them a blessing? Because all it said was Dan is in out of Veshem, but it didn't say anything about a blessing for Dan.
How you blessed for this illegitimate?
Ah! Here you go.
Can't bless what God is cursing. You can't curse what God is blessing. I mean, he wasn't a righteous seed.
Okay. That's why I was looking at you like that, because
I'm like,
I just want to put this sneak peek in. I found out why Joseph got that double.
we ain't done it yet.
I just gonna say, and it wasn't right, Joseph. Jacob wasn't right. I just say it. I was like, ooh, Jacob, that wasn't right.
Oh, wait, how many times are you just gonna
I'm good.
I'll be expecting a text.
I focused so much on my homework about myself that I didn't do this.
Okay.
Just gathering from what they're saying, from what I've heard all the sisters just say, it's speaking of the life we live now. All could not get what we want, So I was just like, just listening to them. I'm like, man, this is us, not just Dan's little tribe, but this is us. So we all are guilty of that.
You humanity. I almost called you a whole name. I was this close. Don't do it.
Are you happy?
Yeah.
She started skipping.
You want to see somebody get excited about food? Butter. She was butter. You would think she was talking about her. She like, butter.
I was in the store this past week. There was a girl there, and she looked confused. And she was like, "Is this butter?" I said, "Oh no, it was parmesan." I'm like, "That's orange." She was like, "What?" She was like, "Well, what about imperial?" I was like, "No, that's vodka." She was like, "So I haven't never had butter." I said, "You've never." And I said, "What you tried? You don't know." And I said, "Girl, you don't even know what you got." I'm a vodka queen. Oh my God, she asked the right one.
That's food. That's like you cheese. Cheese.
Did you used to eat butter? Just bite it?
No, I always had on bread. Not by itself.
Okay, I'm gonna leave that
I have a few notes on travel team. From Got Questions.
Oh boy.
Stuff on there.
Really?
They do.
Oh, Got Questions?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I stopped looking at that. When I got in trouble the first time here, I'm like, I'm looking at that no more.
It says the Well, tell me when I'm wrong, then I'll.
Did you say that?
Tell me. Tell me when I'm wrong.
Gotcha.
Okay, it said the tribe of Dan was given a tract of land that was small, but it was fertile and also had a boundary along the Mediterranean Sea where there was fishing and commerce available to them. But they never fully conquered the area as a result of their lack of faith in God. And it also says that they did not like the territory that was theirs, so they sent out spies back in the north. So some of the representatives of the tribe of Dan learned of an area a group of people lived, and the tribe of Dan took things into their own hands and wiped out the people so that they could move the entire tribe up to a region close to the source of the Jordan River, just south of present-day Lebanon. It also says that the tribe of Dan was into a lot of idolatry. What else? Yeah, that's what I have.
I have a question that I had earlier. So when they first came over and the East tribe said, we're going to help y'all conquer the land, why was Dan, were they further along because they were the last one and no one was there to help them conquer the pass further along to the point where there was no other tribes there? Because like it says on there how Judah helped assist. I can't remember the name of the tribe, but it talked about how Judah helped assist other tribes conquer their land. So why wasn't nobody there?
All of them. Remember, they all were supposed to do that.
Right.
If you recall, when Joshua, before they started acquiring the territories and actually dominating the lands and stuff, and there were tribes, I'm not gonna say which ones, but there were tribes that said, y'all go ahead, we gonna stay on this side of the Jordan, and we gonna take this, we don't want this stuff, the territory that we were allotted, we don't want that, we'll take this, we'll conquer this. Remember, they were told, Moses tripped and was like, that ain't gonna go well because y'all just trying to get out of fight. And they made those promises, things like that. And so, remind me what your question was.
So my question was,
sorry.
Later on, that Manasseh and them did go back and they got in
why
trouble
didn't they do that?
Right, why didn't they help them?
Okay, we're gonna get to that.
Right.
Okay. The question's not answered. Okay. And that's Claire.
Where I'm coming from,
Bible.
my study Bible.
Okay.
Okay, and
No cheat sheets. Go ahead. It's the best way to go.
and mostly it looked like in Judges 18:1, 8 Judges 18:1, and like Yana said, we can't be content with that. Some people, I ain't gonna put us in this group. The Lord gave him what he was supposed to have, and it wasn't good enough. And that's just like us, like Rhonda said. I mean, it was like me, myself, and I'm going to get what I want, when I want, and how I want. So the Lord gave him, told him where to go, where to place. But now something like where, and where they were at was plentiful. They had all the fish and all the stuff. I mean, they could have been, I don't know, we just so jacked up. Okay, and let me finish.
Now you know that's us. Oh, we can't talk about it.
But it's different levels. Sometimes it's laziness. Sometimes it's a lack of faith. Sometimes it's fear. You know, it's different things that cause us to do those things, to make those compromises Sometimes it's self-will, thinking that, we can find a shortcut to do it and different things like that and still have the same thing. It's not always the same thing because people compromise for different reasons.
And when you said faith, I think their issue was faith. They faith was like nothing. They was constantly looking. They was the number one drive into this idolatry. I mean, they was heavy and induced in that thing. And that's everybody else focus on that idolatry, how they worship like it wasn't no tomorrow with that idolatry. And two, how the Lord gave them where they were supposed to go and it wasn't good enough for them. And three, I just didn't like the way, well, I'll put it like this. I'm gonna go back a little bit because I thought about Moses. When Moses sent, was that cave, Aaron, who was that he sent over to the promised land to spy the land? And they did the same thing here. And it's amazing how, I don't say the Bible is repetition, but he teaches us stuff over and over. And it's just like we don't want to hear it, we don't want to see it. I don't know what it is, what's up with us humans, but
You don't
we're
get
a
us.
mess. We're a mess. But most of the stuff everybody said, I don't want to backtrack on that. But I didn't understand the priest fights. I really didn't understand that. Other than I think he did. The priest lied about something just to save his neck. About
that one, the Levite?
right.
Yeah, something.
We'll get there.
Okay.
Shocked that he was there because no, I just have a comment because I didn't read that part. What I did read was that the Levites weren't able to.
You read that part because you rehearsed some of the story. You probably just skipped over it because if you weren't paying attention to it, it would kind of just. The fifth son of Jacob, first child of Bilhah, who was the concubine or Rachel's maid. So it's Genesis 30 and 6. Turn to it, please. I don't know what. And Rachel said, God has judged me and had also heard my voice and had, thank you. Therefore call she his name Dan. And Bilhah, Rachel's maid, conceived again and bare Jacob's second son. So we'll stop at so that's the origin of this young man. And his name actually, I shall judge, and then as Martin said, vindication, with it being sweet to the judge. So she named him, which is one thing that I thought was kind of true. That I'm like, man, talk about culture being different. Okay, so her child about property. She's property. And so you send your property in to produce for you, and I don't even get to name my own child. Rachel named this child. And so again, when we were talking about, everybody's going around talking about how Dan were so tripped out. From his inception, there was manipulation. From the beginning, he was conceived out of trying to move and work God. So why are we surprised that was what was produced? A whole tribe of manipulate work God and maneuver God and maneuver their own way. That's what he was produced out of. That's how he's illegitimate. So everything, I'm gonna say this from the beginning, everything Dan produced was illegitimate. Because they couldn't go about doing things the right way. They went about maneuvering and scheming from day one. Because that's what he was born into. Sound familiar? Okay. Scheming. Okay, maneuvering. Dan had a son, which in some places he's called And that's in Genesis 46 and 23. There's no mention of participation by Dan in Joseph's downfall, which is significant because Dan is said to be aloof. Dan is like, it ain't got nothing to do with me, I ain't getting involved. That was his kind of attitude. His name again means judge. One of Israel's greatest judges were from the tribe of Dan, which was Samson. And that's in Judges 30 to that he was of that tribe. But as wonderful and great as Samson had the potential to be, the curse that was on this tribe even touched his life. Because his inability to do what he needed to do in the times that he needed to do it as pertained to Delilah caused him to disaster. He was not a womanizer. He was a weak, aloof, pliable, I want my way. He was a Nazarite. So he had enough discipline in his spirituality to be a Nazarite. He did know that. But he said they love to work God and try to maneuver and do things their own way. But he wasn't, all over the place today. So Dan judged is one of Israel's tribes. In the serpent reference, let's go to Genesis 49. Where the original prophecy was.
His name is Samson.
Samson. Mm-hmm. Okay. Of Samson and Delilah. Okay. So we have, Dan, and he's in verse 16 through 18. And it says, Dan shall judge his people as one of the tribes of Israel. Dan shall be a serpent by the way, and act that Bible so that his rider shall fall backward. I have waited for thy salvation, O Lord. So the last thing that your father is saying is basically is translated as, I pray that y'all be saved. That's rough. Calling you a snake. Calling y'all gonna be judges, but y'all gonna be snakes. That's rough. So the serpent reference signals the tribe will be involved in satanic activities. Anytime you see a reference of a serpent, you're talking about satanic activity. There's something ungodly involved.
Okay. It's just more than I should be reading.
So turn to Judges 18. Just gonna read that. In those days, there was no king in Israel. And in those days, the tribe of the Danites sought them an inheritance to dwell in. So that's problematic. Why are you seeking your own inheritance when your inheritance is assigned to you? That's a problem. The verse speaks to the issue of lawlessness. There's no government. There's no one in authority. There's no structure. There's no structure. And then, because of that, there's no you ain't got no structure, you ain't got no order, it talks about in the book of Judges that what they were doing is they saw fit. They were lawless. They didn't have any there's no acts of submission. They were under authority. They thought they wanted to do according to like that. At this point, the lawlessness was throughout Israel. It wasn't then. But this one is speaking of the tribe of Dan. For unto that day, all their inheritance had not fallen unto them among the tribes of Israel. So they hadn't gotten their portion allotted to them yet. And the children of Dan sent of their families 5 men from their coast, men of Korah, and from Ashtaol to spy out the land and to search it. And they said unto them, go search the land. Who then they came to Mount Ephraim, to the house of Micah. They lodged there.